How to make apple muffins. Let's get into it. In a small heat-proof microwavable bowl, you want to melt a 1/4 cup of butter. When your butter is fully melted, just put it to the side for a minute just so it cools down before we're ready to use it. When you're ready, you want to add 2/3 cup of flour to your melted butter. Add a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and lastly you want to add a 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Now if you don't want to go out and just buy pumpkin pie spice, you can make your own. It's all of these spices you see here: allspice, nutmeg, ginger, cloves, and cinnamon, just all equal amounts. So if you put like a tablespoon in a jar of each and you just mix it together, you just use a 1/4 teaspoon of what you need. Or like I do, I just get like an ounce of each and I just mix it into one jar. I usually keep them separate just because I don't always use the spice mix for everything, but I do use cinnamon for a lot more things. 1/4 teaspoon of your pumpkin pie spice. Then just go in and mix everything together until it's well combined. Make sure you leave some big chunks, some small chunks. You don't want it one smooth mixture because that'll be really boring. This is supposed to be a streusel topping after all. So big, medium, small chunks, but maybe not this big, a little bit, maybe this size is fine. Don't make them too big, but you definitely want a good mix. And when you're done, you're just going to put it to the side until we're ready to use it. Now for the rest of the recipe, I'm going to be using my stand mixer. If you don't have a stand mixer, that's fine. You can use a hand mixer, or you can just do it by hand if you want. It'll probably just take a little bit more elbow grease. But in your stand mixer, fitted with a paddle, you want to add 1/2 cup of butter and 1 cup of packed brown sugar. Beat everything together until it's nice and smooth, about 3 to 4 minutes. And don't forget to scrape down the sides of the bowl if you need to. Beat in 2 eggs and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Beat again until your eggs and vanilla are incorporated well. Add 2.5 cups of flour, one teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Mix everything a little bit, just until it's almost combined, not fully combined, because we still have to add some other things. When there's still a bunch of flour left, but you can kind of see the brown part a little bit, add 1 individual container, 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. Now you want to mix it again until most of the flour is gone, but leave a few flour streaks because we still have to add our apples. Now as you can see, there's still a little bit of flour you can still see. We're going to stop here and just put it to the side for a minute till we're ready to use it. Now we're going to peel, core, and chop our apples. You want about 1.5 cups of Honeycrisp apples. Now if you can't find Honeycrisp, as long as you use a good baking apple like a Honeycrisp or a Granny Smith or just a good baking apple, there are about 5 top ones. If you just want to Google it, you feel free to use those as well. But when you're done chopping, you want to take your apples and add it to your muffin mix. Again, you want 1.5 cups. Mix and fold in your apples on a low speed until everything is well incorporated. Now when everything is mixed together fully, you want to start prepping your muffin pans. Now I want to stress that these specific muffin pans I'm using, muffin cups, do not require a muffin pan. They stand on their own. I think the brand is called Simply Baked, but I'm sure you could find other brands. Obviously, if you don't have these specific ones, they're basically like paper, or if you can't find them and you need to use regular baking cups, definitely, obviously, use a muffin pan. But anyway, when you're ready, you want to scoop your muffins into your cups. Once you've got all your muffins and your muffins ready, you're going to take the streusel we made earlier. Just kind of mix it up a little bit, just in case it kind of solidified a little if your house is really cold like mine. Take a handful and start evenly distributing it on top of your muffins. Bake your muffins off at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes or until lightly golden brown. When a toothpick inserted from your muffins comes out clean, take them out of the oven and let them cool down completely. Look at them, nice and golden brown. If you're using traditional muffin pans, let them rest in the pan for about 5 minutes, then remove them from the pan and let them fully cool down on a wire rack. Like so. When you're ready, serve and enjoy.